Go Math 7-4. Today we're talking a little bit more about algebraic expressions, and so we have to now break down the idea of the parts of the expression. So the two vocab words we're going to talk to today are term and coefficient. So the coefficient, we'll start there at the lowest one, is the number that tells me how many of a variable I would have. So remember variables from yesterday's lesson. The variable is the number I don't know yet. So for example, if I had $2 for every paper that I had, right? I don't know how many papers that I have, but however many I have, each one is worth $2. That can give me the total amount. So my coefficient then becomes the number that tells me how many of a variable I have. So it's the number that supports my variable. It's attached to it. That's a coefficient. So this number is the coefficient. Now my terms, for example, if I had 2p plus 5 times 7. A term is a part of an expression that is separated by either a plus or a minus sign. So my terms in this problem would be 2p and 5 times 7, or the product of 5 and 7, is how I would more efficiently say it. So 2p, the coefficient 2 with the variable p, and the product of 5 and 7. So when I identify those two parts, when they ask me for what are the terms, I understand that each term is a part of my expression that is separated by a plus or a minus sign. So let's go back and let's take a look at our problems and understand what that would look like. So describe the parts of the expressions to multiply by the sum of 6 and 7. So I've got 2 multiplied by the sum of 6, plus 7. Now, for this part, you might say, all right, well, I have 2 multiplied by the sum of 6 plus 7. So we had talked about addition and subtraction being the separating factors. But in this case, this could also be 2 is part of my expression, and 6 and 7 could be part of my expression. So I want to identify the operations to help me identify the parts. So in this case, I've got 2 multiplied by the sum of 6 and 7. Now, typically you might say, if this were just 2 times 6 plus 7, I would put them together. But 6 and 7 being together gives me a new opportunity because anything in parentheses is one item. Okay? So, moving on to the next part. Identify the parts of the expression, write a word. Okay, so identifying the parts of the expression, then write a word expression for the algebraic expression here. So I want to identify the two parts, and again, identifying the two parts, I've got 2x and I've got 8, and they are separated by my addition here. So I might say the expression is the sum of two terms. The terms are 2x and 8. So again, when I'm looking at terms, 2x plus 8, I've got 2x and I've got 8. These are my two terms, right, as we're going back to what a term was. And the expression, then when I'm putting it together, the algebraic expression, is the sum of 2x and 8. So it's wrapping all of those together nicely. Let's go ahead and look at just one more. And we're identifying the parts of the expression and write a word expression for 3a minus 4b. You'd say, all right, well, I don't know what 3a is and I don't know what 4b is, but I don't actually have to, and that's the point of algebra. It helps me to solve things that I don't know. So I have 3a minus 4b. So the expression is two terms, and it's the difference of two terms, right? It's the difference of two terms because I have subtraction. The terms are 3a and 4b. So the parts of the expression turned into a word expression for my algebraic expression would be the difference of 3a and 4b.